Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a singles new love reading for Libra. We're going to look at the kind of love you're ready to experience now based on the growth you've already done. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Libras, please. All right, Libra, your person is showing up as the Nine of Pentacles, Venus and Virgo. All right, they're also showing up as the Fool, Aries energy. They're viewing you as the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. And the connection, we see the Justice card, so Libran energy. So this could be a soulmate or a twin flame connection. This may be a connection that leads to some sort of higher level of commitment. But most of all, Libra, it feels like it's something that's very much so in alignment with you. Now, it does look like this person has strong fire in their chart, either Leo or Aries. This person is somebody who's passionate. They get a lot of attention. They're playful. They like attention. They're strong-willed. They're resilient. They're powerful. And with the Nine of Pentacles, I do feel like this person is single. They're independent. They have a lot to offer. They most likely get a lot of attention because of this. Like, I do feel like a lot of people are interested in this person. You know, they're sexy. They're attractive. They're confident. All right. And they're healthy. We see the Two of Cups in reverse. So I feel like this person might feel that you two are soulmates in separation here. They see a lot of potential for love here within this connection. And, you know, you might even throw this person off balance a little bit. You might throw, like, somebody who's normally very self-assured and even-keeled, you might emotionally throw them off balance, Libra. And we see the Tower in reverse, okay? Some of you, this person has been avoiding love and avoiding relationships as they work on themselves, they work on their finances, they work on their health. So again, like, I feel like in a good way, you throw them off balance. You make them rethink, you know, you make them rethink what they really want. Because there's something special about you. There's something about you that really kind of opens up their heart chakra. Now, my Libras, you're going to be feeling the Seven of Swords. So this is Moon and Aquarius energy. So I feel like there might be a lack of trust here in the beginning of this connection. Maybe because you feel like they're a bit avoidant. Maybe because they've been single for a long time. So you're wondering, all right, like, what's the catch? You know, this person has so much to offer, but, you know, why are they single, right? Or why have they been single for so long? All right, so let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. All right, so we see Karmic Soulmate. Now, don't worry about this title. I know it scares a lot of us, but this is really just a connection where you're meant to learn lessons and help each other evolve. These can be positive lessons, Libra. These can be lessons about how to love again, to trust again, that your whole self is lovable and enough. All right. So we see short term, your relationship with this person is not meant to last. They may enjoy being free. Your personal styles may not be complementary. So for some of you, I mean, that could obviously be the case. But for a lot of my Libras, I feel like that's the big concern here. That's what you're not fully trusting with the Seven of Swords, because this person maybe has avoided relationships, or maybe even they're a self-proclaimed bachelor or bachelorette. And you're like, all right, well, I'm not sure I could change this person or make a difference here. We see that this person does not have any children. All right, it's a really specific message that may not be for all of you. But we do see that they're a leader, okay, which really aligns with your Libran energy, which is cardinal energy. So they could be Libra, Aries, Cancer, or Capricorn. But this is someone who's comfortable taking charge. They exhibit confidence in their decisions. They may be in a management role. But I'm also seeing here that, like, this person may have been really focused on up-leveling their finances or getting ahead in their career. And again, it feels like love and relationships have probably taken a back seat up until now. Now, they're showing up as the Fool card, which is Aries energy, which could be that cardinal energy I was picking up on. But I also feel like this is somebody who's a little bit avant-garde. This is somebody who's a little bit rebellious. This is somebody who's not afraid to try new things. They're adventurous. They trust themselves. I also think they're very attractive because of that. I think they're used to getting a lot of attention, but like I said, I think this person's very discerning and very picky in a lot of ways. But I'm not getting in a bad way. Like you just can't deal with this person. They're so picky. No, I just get that they know what their priorities are, and their priorities don't seem to have been, necessarily a relationship recently. This person is going to, step up and take a risk, take a leap of faith here with you is what I'm getting. All right. They could be in their 50s. All right. That's not going to be for all of you. It's going to be a confirmation message for some of you. Some of you, they're retired. Some of you, this person may have retired early. They did very well for themselves. But as you know, if you've been listening to my readings on this channel, retired oftentimes indicates that they've probably had more than one distinct career. All right. And this person loves animals. Nice. I always see that as a positive quality. All right. What else do we need to know? What else do my Libras need to know? All right. Yeah, this is somebody who's worked hard for everything they have. Nothing has been given to them. This person definitely feels creative. And again, oftentimes creative types need time on their own to create their masterpieces, right? So this person, I feel they could be an entrepreneur. They could have their own office or studio, like in their home, for example. I do think that you're going to be their creative muse. And I also think they can't stop thinking about you. But Libra, there's something about you that makes them see love differently. All right, and we see wealthy man showing up in reverse. Now remember, my readings are not meant to be gender specific, but some of the cards that I use are. But with this wealthy man energy, I feel like this person, I do think they have a lot to offer, but they might not be like, a millionaire or wildly rich. But I do think that they're abundant in a lot of different ways, because the Nine of Pentacles is somebody who's comfortable, somebody who's not left wanting for anything. All right. So we see they spend their money quickly, all right? They may have blue eyes or light-colored eyes, all right? They might be vegetarian or be on some sort of specialized diet. They take their health and their nutrition seriously. And your paths will cross after you make some sort of final decision here, Libra. All right, so this could be you moving, job change, some sort of physical, maybe you're getting a major haircut or, I don't know, getting some work done, like whatever it might be. You're making some sort of final decision and this person comes into your life. This blue-green energy is really speaking to me. I don't know if that's that's your favorite color, if they have blue-green, grayish eyes. If they that's their favorite color. I mean, someone here might like to wear turquoise or Larimar or aquamarine. I don't know, or maybe they work with those crystals. They have those crystals. They wear jewelry like that, or you do. But we see that this person is physically active. So I do think you have somebody here who's quite healthy. That's what I was getting with the Nine of Pentacles. They pay attention to their diet and their exercise, and it feels like they take good care of themselves. Now, they're viewing you as the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, which you may or may not have in your chart. They see you as very intuitive. They see you as very loving. They see you as, caring, creative. So you both could be, creative types. We see the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. This person is a little bit worried that maybe you don't want to invest in them. And I feel like because maybe they're used to, some people being a bit turned off by the fact that they're so independent. Or maybe they just feel like now, because they have these strong feelings for you and you're opening up their heart chakra and they're starting to see love differently, kind of feels like after they've rejected a lot of people, now they're worried that you're going to reject them. Yeah, and the Knight of Swords in reverse, that you don't want to talk to them, that you don't want to move forward with them, or that you're not seeing them the way they see you. All right, and we see the High Priestess energy in reverse. So I feel like, the High Priestess is telling me that you may also be coming and meeting this person, if I can speak clearly. You may be meeting this person, Libra, at a time when you're coming out of hermit mode, or you're coming out of maybe avoiding love yourself. Maybe you were focused on your own healing. Maybe you were also focused on your finances. So I do kind of feel like this is somebody you meet early on after a breakup, or after you've decided to put yourself back out there. Okay. You may not fully trust your intuition here. Again, that Seven of Swords energy in the High Priestess in reverse tells me you might not be fully trusting this at first. And I think that's natural, like if you've been single for a while, or if you're looking at this person and like they have so much to offer, they're so good looking, like why have they been single for so long? All right, what else do we need to know? All right, so we see child divine, so innocence, purity, and redemption suggests a special connection with the divine. So they definitely see you as special. They see that there's a little bit of magic around you, Libra. All right, and they see you as the lover. Oh, so they see you as great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. So I do think this person has very strong physical attraction to you, but I also think they're going to be very passionate, very devoted to you. And they see that you're passionate and devoted to the things that you really care about. All right, and at the bottom of the deck, we see hermit energy. So isn't that interesting? Because I said you might be coming out of hermit mode, and here we have the hermit archetype. Seeks solitude to focus intently on inner life and serves personal creativity. So they see you, like I kind of feel like you both could be, either you both have been in hermit mode, or you both have been holding back and focused on your career, or you both are creative types. You both might be artists or musicians, or you both need that personal time to create. And sometimes, creative types do need to shut out the rest of the world in order to do that, or to receive their inspiration. All right, so with the Justice card, Libra and energy, I'm actually seeing that you two get each other on a deep level. And this is something that's very much so in alignment with you. And there's a soul contract here. But this connection reminds you that choice remains yours, or you may be meeting this person when you're reclaiming emotional agency. Again, you're coming out of that, avoidance. You're coming out of hermit mode, feeling good about yourself. And I feel like they kind of come in quite quickly. Now, a beautiful confirmation here, Libra, is that this person is independent yet available. So this person values autonomy while remaining emotionally accessible, and balance defines their presence. All right, and we see healing through honesty. This connection brings truth where avoidance once lived. Healing begins with openness. Isn't that funny? It kind of feels like you both have been avoiding love, and then boom, you meet each other, and and you're no longer avoidant with each other. You can't be. So you both begin to heal as you realize, like, I can be open with this person. This person sees me. This person hears me. This person is holding space for me. This person is meeting me where I am. And I feel like that really tracks there with that karmic soulmate message we got early on in the reading, like that you're both really meant to help each other evolve here. All right, so let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. All right, so friend zone. So you might start off as friends, a lack of passion in this relationship, or maybe you don't see them as like a lover at first. They definitely see you that way, okay, but maybe they're not your usual type. We see natural evolution, so it may evolve from like a friendship or something where you're both kind of, or where you're a bit more cautious here, so the situation unfolds naturally. Best friend energy, so friendship is important to this connection. Feelings will deepen and blossom. Interesting. And Spirit saying, you know what, Libra, give this person a chance. I think you're going to be very pleasantly surprised. All right. And anything else we need to know? It may be unfolding this month, the month of August. We see November and December being important dates for this connection. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio, Sagittarius, or a Capricorn here, or between now and November and December, this connection is unfolding. All right, my lovely Libras, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.